Absolutely. You want to get those reviews on Zillow, but I will say you want to copy them off there and keep copies on your own. Screenshot, copy text, whatever you need to do, keep them for yourself, because it is likely at some point Zillow will truly turn into that competitor and they're going to close the door. So solicit reviews, absolutely. Put them, have them on Zillow because that's where buyers currently are looking. That may change in the future. So get your reviews, get them. You can put that. You can also build them and copy and paste them onto your website and say, source Zillow. Put it down there. What you can also do is something I'm going to do, because Tanya knows I'm a proponent of video right now. I'm going to go do a voiceover for all my past reviews. So I have someone who's going to read my past review over a picture of that client or their house, and I'm just going to keep those on my YouTube channel. So I'm just going to have literally a playlist of reviews. And then going forward, I'll have my clients do the actual review on video, on the phone, there it is.
I have a bunch, not a bunch, but the most reviews I have on Spot is right now.
Okay.
How do I import this? It's just kind of copy and paste.
Okay, copy and paste, screen print, whatever works.
Yeah, you can. You can do anything you want.
Go get them and just get them on there and put them in there.
Because I was like, hey, I don't want people to use that.
Oh,
I did not get one of those.
oh,
Thank you very much.
I like
It happens.
It does.
my food hasn't gotten to my stomach yet.
All right,
Or do
now
you-
back to Tanya.
Cordia had to watch me like shovel my food in like 5 minutes. Who has this from yesterday? You like to hear? Here you go. No, you don't.
I don't know.
Well, actually you can, because you can talk to people that you know and let them know that you're getting your license. You can't have real estate conversations, but you can still have conversations. Right? Yeah, you're on a team.
I'm not.
You didn't have anybody yesterday?
No.
You two are now a team. So you're gonna write your names up there, come and talk about this. You know, your partner can't be here today, but she's gonna watch. You guys are on there. Cody?
Yeah, it's fine.
Where's John Click? He was here this morning.
I don't know.
So we have you two together. Where did John come from yesterday? Did John come work? Anybody remember? Did they write their names on here like the boys and girls? Or did you? Oh, that was Kendall.
I did. I have a partner who's not here today.
I'm gonna do this and you're gonna get John. Because usually John's in here. He was here this morning. I don't know why he's not here. Who was your partner? No, John wasn't here yesterday. You guys didn't write your names on your sheet?
No, he left early. I forgot what his name was.
Does anyone remember who was sitting next to Jason?
It was right there.
Look at him as a Chris.
Oh, Chris Sander.
Oh, great.
Write it down. Write it on your sheet. I actually want, you guys have to bring these back every single time. Because if you just do a little line after the third class of each week, do it on the end. At the end of each week, because we have 3 classes in 1 week, whoever has the most appointments, contacts, will win a prize. This isn't just, and this class is really truly about you guys building your business, right? And what else? It's about LG, right? And in our LG that we're gonna do over the next 5 weeks, because even though I'm on vacation for spring break, y'all aren't.
I am.
Just kidding.
Vacation?
Huh? Yeah,
Vacation?
that's why I do this. Where was I going? Damn it.
Enterprise, new work, 5 weeks.
Oh, you're gonna, this month is gonna set you up for your lead gen that you're gonna continue to do over and over and over to end up with how many transactions at the end of the year?
30.
Boom, 36. 30 is good. We talked about, who remembers how much GCI 36 transactions gets you for those that weren't here yesterday? How much?
450,000. If it's a $500,000 average sales.
Who wants to make $450,000 in 1 year off 36 transactions?
On my way to 650, yes.
Okay.
Cody, we have some existing agents and we have some new agents. And so I'm trying to mix you guys up in groups where you have one of each. But I got you and John are both like on, so it's all right that you're both new, okay? So today, we're gonna talk about building validity and positioning, your USP, unique sales proposition. And ta-da! Okay, do you see how much thin this is compared to yesterday? So, and I went kind of a little long. Every Tuesday, you guys, we're gonna have to start in there just because they have the meeting. So hopefully every Tuesday it's small like this one. It's mostly activities. Ground rules. I love this. I'm gonna go over this again because some weren't here. Arrive on time. Why do we want you to arrive on time?
Because realtors are notorious for being late.
What if you're late to a listing appointment?
Oh,
Damn. You're gonna form your groups quickly. Remember what table you're at or who your partner is with, right? I know most people like to go to their same spot every time anyway, so it'll be easy. Be fully present. That means turn your cell phone off or on vibrate. Only get it if it's an emergency. If you're not fully engaged, you're not fully learning, right? Do you half-ass your real estate? Yes, I pass. Respectful of reality of time and participation. There is a lot of participation in this. Some of it is individual participation, some of it is in groups, okay? But all of it is geared to help you. Every single bit of this is about you guys, not about me or what you can do for me. Respect the learning styles. Everybody's going to be different. You're going to help each other. Confidentiality. Someone talks about something about their business or what they do, it stays in here. We don't take it out and share it, right? I get to share it because I get to teach it. Fair? We learn best from others, right? Have fun. Please have fun. All right. Why are you here?
It leads.
Build your business. You're a real estate professional. Real estate professional, are you employee?
no.
No, you all did this for a reason. You don't want to be an employee, right? You want to be your own boss, you want your own hours. But to get to that level, we have to have the income. Some of us are fortunate and we can utilize a spouse to take care of us, to have the flexibility to do whatever we want. I have one, but I still have to work. We have that high taste. Lots of toys, lots of expensive hobbies, right?
What was the lady's name?
Terry Schneider. Yep. I love what they do. Absolutely love everything that they do in their business. Okay, so this is actually where I get to take a break. It actually says for me in red that someone else gets to read it. Actually, it says ask you guys to all read it and underline what's important to you. If you guys want to read it out loud, we could do that. Each person take a paragraph or whatever. You want me to read it? Look how much I have highlighted. A lot. But it's different for everybody. Everybody see your readers? I'm jotting it down. Did you already read it? You're a speed reader like me.
Yeah, real pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. Speed reading makes me forget things or miss things. I know you have a different brain than I do.
Just gotta read a lot.
Oh, I do. Now I listen instead. Yeah. Do you want to give me one of the things you highlighted that you think is important?
Get out in the marketplace. important line in here, in my opinion.
right? And what does that do?
Puts you in front of clients, gives you experience talking to them, gives you experience doing a transaction, what to say, what not to say, what is going, like what people are feeling about different homes, their situations.
What's happening in the market?
Yeah, what's happening in the market. So if you're doing one transaction every month, you don't truly know what's happening every week. And so if you're doing something every week, you know what's happening that week, and therefore what's likely to happen next week.
Yeah.
You know, the crystal ball puts you in a better position.
Yeah.
So
It's a good one. Anyone else want to say something that they had highlighted on here?
I highlighted, you are fully qualified and tuck your modesty away. Declare.
Declare. Anyone else?
My personal history, I felt like that was interesting, like you can bring your own, you're not.
Your own skills.
I am a real estate agent, like I've, lived a crazy life, done all this stuff, yeah, I don't know, I just.
You find what skill set, this is part of the practice, the activities today. We're gonna dig out what your skill sets are that you've had, and then we're gonna turn it into real estate skills, okay? Here's one that really stood out to me, and I wanna say it for mostly new agents, because I see this every single time. It's in Gary's paragraph. Agents get into real estate, but then feel like they can't take action until they have their business cards. Right? It's more than that. It's not just the business cards. Well, I need to have my brand. Well, I need to have my coloring. I need to know what my logo is. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. You don't have to do any of that. Yeah, Mark?
I handed out 16 business cards over 4 days at the Portland Auto Show.
16.
16.
And how many people do you have in your database to reach back out to now?
I got 418 signups.
Did he need a business card? Yes, he was doing an activity that brought people to him, but there's many different ways. Josh, we met today, he brought up a good one. Dot.
What?
Dot.
it's like a.
You just tap the phone and it puts your business, your contact information in.
I came
Does-
up with that idea the other day, I thought I was like. the first one.
No.
You thought about it, you know, somebody.
But I also state that some people don't like that, and you need a business card for them.
Yeah, just because you put it.
Or there's other activities that you're going to do with a business card, but the whole point of it is, don't let that hold you back from having a real estate conversation with someone that, hey, I'm in real estate. I want to talk, right? Or in many different ways that you're going to have that conversation, but don't let it hold you back. Just like my people that are still testing. Hey, I'm getting my real estate license. You can still talk to people about becoming a real estate agent. You can't have a conversation about real estate, but you can get them excited and they'll want to know, why are you doing it? And how's it going? What's it like? Where are you going? Right? That's all feeding the information that now you can help them when you get it, right? Or for those that are from other places, you can talk to your friends and family about it from where you were from, and I can help you there once I get my license and connect you to a really great agent there. And it helps me.
Is there anywhere on like the KW websites, the original one, excuse me, that has stats on like nationwide, how many agents we have and how many market centers we have?
I believe they have that on the KW out front. And we post a lot of stats. You guys follow our social media, the KWPP. Not the, you want to be on the inside, but follow our outward facing social media, the Instagram and the Facebook office, because Sydney's job is to pump out information about our stats and about how great it is at our office and the things that we're doing. And you might even be in one of those, especially with awards coming up. And you can then share that. Share it to your business page about what an amazing office you're at, how we did $1 billion in sales volume last year. That's huge, right? So you can take that and now you have social media posting to do. Share it out to your business page. right? Okay, anybody else have any others on this page?
I put, have you told the world?
There you go. Do they know you're a realtor, right? Do they know that you can help them no matter where they are? It's important. Okay, we're gonna go to the next page because we're gonna move forward on this one, get to the activities. Okay, so we're gonna build our USP. So the first thing we need to know is, how do you describe yourself? And then how do others describe you, which is gonna define your customer service. And then we're going to create a value proposition. And then you're gonna have your unique selling proposition, your elevator speech. If you ran into someone right now and they said, why should I use you? Do you know what you're gonna say? Like, quick and easy. You're gonna. Okay. We already know why we're here. You guys want business, right? You want to build a solid business that's continuing and not on that wee roller coaster, right? All right. Oh, this is all, dang it. Austin's in an onboarding. It's gonna have him play the song.
It's already playing in my head.
Of course it is. And it actually is a quote on your page, right? Who are you? I was totally gonna have him like pop that in and pay attention, but. All right, so it comes from knowing exactly what you bring to the table. New agents, I don't know. I'm brand new. I have no idea. I don't know real estate. Why would they choose me over someone else that has been in it for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 3 years, right? You better know. And I'm telling you, every single one of you have reasons why they need to be with you. Doesn't have to be real estate skills, right? We'll figure it out. So validity is the foundation of everything. It underlines everything that you promote. It's who you are. For Terry and Kim, they care about their clients, about getting the top dollar, and they want to be fully immersed in their sale of their home, in their lives, ongoing. Makes a big difference, right? Mark's fully immersed into cars and garages, and he doesn't just sell the house for the garage. He also has car shows every week in the summer. When do you start it?
All year long.
It's all year long. I don't go when it's cold enough. But he has a value. He knows. He pays attention to the homes that have the cars, the garages, right? Every picture that he does for a listing includes the red car.
Mhm.
Sometimes you put your other ones in there too.
I do all that other ones.
I always get it wrong. It's the Lamborghini, right? Ferrari. I want it to be a Lamborghini.
Every year I get agents calling me saying, my client wants to see the Ferrari house. And I say, which one?
Which one? Because he puts it
Well,
on
the
every
red
one.
Ferrari, because I put it in every front picture. And when the Zillow agent called me and said, I'm supposed to be calling you to sell you a lead, but let me tell you what you're doing is brilliant. What do you mean? You have your Ferrari in every picture. I know you don't just sell houses with Ferraris. I said, you're right. I said, okay, I've done my job for the day, but your marketing is brilliant. When the person from Zillow tells you that, they talk to a lot of agents.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna find out what your value is, what's your passion, why are you, y'all joined real estate, not just for the money, right? Not just to have your own hours. What was it that drew you to real estate? I love houses. I love going in every single house. My husband drives down the street at night. I am thrilled when I have lights on and I can see what the inside of every single house looks like. Creepy? Probably, right? Who loves to get online and just look at pictures of houses? Heck yeah. In my free time, which I don't have anymore, now it's passed on to my daughter, I played Sims and built houses, decorated them, right? I love homes. Before I had my kid, I was gonna become, not that kid, the other kid, the big kid. I was gonna go to college and become an architect. Kids ruin everything. Remember that. I tell my kids that too, so it's all right. But find what is it, right? Something drew you. Something has got you. Is it helping someone build their personal wealth? Right? Is it getting first-time homeowners into a home? Because how many people don't own a home, right? It could be anything that's really driving you and pushing you and why you really go to the heart of it. All right. What makes you valid? The knowledge, attitudes, skills, and beliefs that you already have. Probably already have that. No, it's right there. Okay. So, 2 important resources.
That's pretty profound. I mean, we've been talking about the whole time, like what validates you is what you already have. That's just.
It's it.
That's legit.
That is it, right there, right? You're confident in who you are and what your abilities are, and we're gonna apply that to real estate. And now you feel even more confident, right? This is why you need to use me. All right, the words and phrases that you would use to describe yourself, and the words and phrases that others would use to describe you. So, this has us on page 8. All right, how would you describe yourself? So no matter what your story is, along the way you collected knowledge, attitudes, skills, and beliefs that make you uniquely qualified to be your customer's real estate agent. If in the past 10 years you've been raising kids, you may have a superior group management, right? Conflict resolution, negotiation skills. Do you see how that plays? How about if you're a treasurer for the church? You have impeccable integrity and financial skills. If you're an engineer, you may excel at implementing systems and handling details. You can pull whatever you did in a previous career or in your life into a real estate skill, okay? I love this, Gary Keller. He started at 21. He had a real estate degree and nothing else. But the degree gave him validity. And it'll come up later. He just went out and did it. Why wouldn't you use me? And if you were in here this morning listening to his speech, he started with interest rates for about 15, 16%. Y'all are complaining about it going up to 4. I started at 6. When it dropped to 5, I was like, oh my God, yes. Right? Yes, it's going up, but it's still really fantastic. So we're going to get there, right? All right. David Raziz, I don't know how to say his last name. A lot of this comes from teams in Texas because that's where Gary started the business and that's where he grew it, GW from there. So this guy says, my father taught me to work hard and Gary Keller taught me to work smart. Everything that we bring to you guys in training and classes come from Gary Keller's mind. The guy's brilliant. These skills plus his personal commitment to integrity ground him in the validity that he brings to every presentation. Are you guys like spinning thoughts about who you are right now? Should be. So we're going to describe yourself in a 2-part process. You're going to examine your experience and then we're going to figure out how to make it real estate relevant. All right. I like this. If you try to run without knowing how to walk, chances are good that you end up looking funny. On the following page, we'll walk through these parts and then we're actually going to do it. And by the end of this session, you're going to be sprinting with ease. All right. Examine your experience. So, and if you look at, so we're going to you could tear this apart if you want to, we can restaple later. We've got sections here on page 9 that talks about examining your experience. So we're going to do that first, okay? But if you look on page 11, it's where you can start to write some of the things down. All right? Like what's on your resume. So let's go to page 11. I'll read what you need to do and you guys write it on page 11, all right? So first one, how many people have a resume? I mean, y'all had one in the past, right? It might be ancient. Mark.
Don't let the gray hair fool you.
You've been in real estate for a while, that's why I say.
15 years. Yeah.
Okay. So what's on it? What have you done and what can you do? So what are some of the jobs that you had? Write it all down in there. If you haven't worked, but you're a mom, that's a job. Don't let anybody fool you, right? What tasks did you perform in those jobs? So consider what you know. Did you study something in school? What have your experiences taught you? And what attitudes and beliefs have you accumulated as a result of your experience? That's the whole page here. So just work through it and fill her out. Who has been an influence in your life? What did you learn from them? If anyone wants to share, you can. My influence in my life is my grandmother. As long as from the time I was born, my grandfather died a month before I was born. She never remarried. She had 2 kids, California, in the 50s. 70s from when I was born. But what I found out after grandma died, she got divorced in 54. So I didn't get to ask her about like, how did she do it from that time, right? But my grandmother raised 2 kids and she worked. She was an ER nurse. She worked for her entire life. She constantly took courses in art. She was a beautiful artist. She took everything that she could. She lived her life the way she wanted to live, and she raised 2 great kids. Why shouldn't I look up to that? She's also the grandmother and aunt, because my grandma had a big family. And almost every daughter, I have 5 siblings, there's 5 of us. 4 of us named our kids, have Ruby in their name, and that was my grandmother's name. My grandmother's sister named her daughter Ruby. They have grandkids that are named Ruby. Do you think Ruby made an impression on everybody in our lives? Or maybe everybody's life that she touched? She was an amazing woman. She was a great grandmother. I hope someday I'm that grandmother. It can be anything, right? That you could live up to.
Does this mean what has been influenced, like what they did?
What has been an influence in your life? Yeah, it could be anything that was influencing your life, right?
The person did, or just like a random event?
Just random. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Maybe, maybe for some people, 911 was an influence in their life, right? Especially for like firefighters. That could have influenced them to become a firefighter because they wanted to try to save lives and help people in a time of need. Yeah, anything. What did you learn from these things? How about this? What kind of specialized knowledge do you have? This is a good one. Do you follow every home and gardening show? Who watches HGTV? Have you learned anything from staging? Like what homes look like, right? Because you watch HGTV, you see what they do and how it looks. You think you can't pass that on into real estate? Are you up to date on what the popular color of the year is? So that when you go to help a seller list their house, you're telling them this is the standard color that everybody wants. Let's do it, right? It needs to be freshened up anyways, especially if they have a different color in every single room. Uniformity, everybody likes clean, right? It's almost like a clean palette for them to touch up and express themselves within it. Do you have a college degree? Have you had religious instruction? Do you know how to work on a car? Have you become technologically adept? Do you know how to invest? That's a huge one. You're gonna wanna work with investors, or you're gonna teach people how to build their wealth, right? Do you know how to groom dogs? I think you have to have patience for that one.
And
Right.
thick skin.
And thick skin, yeah. Cats, yeah, definitely thick skin. Tried to give my cat a bath once and she clipped her nail in here and pulled my skin out about this far. Oh, that hurt. I think it's worse than getting a shot. Okay, and then what attitudes and beliefs have you accumulated as a result of your experience? While you're doing that, I'm gonna go back a page 10. And I've updated these numbers. I actually searched them on NAR. The most recent they have is actually 2020. So they actually didn't change that much. Buyers, what the most important factors for home sellers and home buyers. For buyers, the number one, agent is honest and trustworthy. How many real estate agents do you see in their marketing? They're honest and trustworthy. Right? Or one of them, because that's what buyers want most, right? That went down from 23% to 21%. Now remember, this was in 2015. So from 2015 to 2020, it went down 2%. So it's still pretty high up there, right? The next one is the agent's reputation. It dropped from 23 to 15%. Surprising. The agent is a family member or a friend. It dropped down to 13%. Agent's knowledge of a neighborhood dropped down to 8%. An agent has a caring personality and is a good listener. That one stayed the same. Year over year, 6 years, still 8%. An agent is timely with responses. I'm really shocked at this one. It only dropped to 6, but I'm shocked that it's that low, right? Agent seems 100% accessible because of the use of technology like a tablet or a smartphone. I thought from 2015 to 2020, it stayed the same. But for sure technology would be like super increasing, right? Not at all. I mean, think how much it changed. Technology has changed from 2015 to today, right? Agents association with a particular firm, that dropped down to 1%. And the professional designations. I have people ask me this all the time. Should I get one? Should I go get all these? You can. They have no idea what it is and they don't care. Right? But if it's a specific area that you're going to grow your business in and focus in, and that's part of your value, like Michaela just got one. She's going for like VRBOs, right? Vacation homes. So she became a specialist in that because that's her market that she wants to focus on. So if it's something like that, then absolutely you'll get them. People don't know. They don't care. I remember when I saw CRS. Well, what is CRS, guys? Come on, in non-real estate terms. What is CRS?
Can't remember shit.
There you go. I'm like, why would I want that designation? Right? I mean, that's what a consumer would see it and they would go, can't remember shit. Why would I want to use you? Right? It's a certified residential specialist. But when I saw what I had to pay to get that, I'm like, nope. Get the education that you actually need, right? Reputation on the seller side, reputation of the real estate agent dropped from 36 to 31. An agent is honest and trustworthy. This one made a difference. This is the only one that went up. I think it was the only one that went up. No, second one went up. From 19% to 26%. Sellers want to know you're trustworthy and you're honest. An agent's knowledge of the neighborhood dropped down to 12%. Here's the other one that went up. Sellers want to work with family or friends, went to 15%. The agent has a caring personality and is a good listener. They don't give a rat about that, you guys. They want to know you're professional and you know the market and you can get them the money they want. That went down to 2. Agents association with a firm, sellers don't care where you are. That went from 6 to 1 because they just want you to sell their home. Agent's commission dropped from 4 to 3. Agent seems 100% accessible because of technology, down to 2. And agent's professional designation dropped down to 1. So it's important to know, don't you think, what your buyer wants and what your seller wants? Do you think you might market some of these just a little bit differently or make sure that they kind of align with each other to make it simple? All right, did everybody fill theirs out? You know who you are? You can tell our age, can't you? All right, these aren't updated, so we're gonna skip through that. Okay. This is the one we're actually supposed to have 20 minutes to do that page. Do you want 20 minutes to go back and do that page that you just did? No, we don't need it, right? Take it home and do it if you need more time, right? To really sit down and think about it. But you need that to move forward in class. So, how do you describe yourself? For each circled word, write a phrase that makes it real estate relevant. So you're going to go back to what you had on the other page, and you're going to circle phrases. This one, where you wrote down your stuff. Yeah, page 11. All the things about you describing yourself. So, someone give me one thing they wrote about themselves.
One word or?
Nope, the whole one sentence that you wrote about yourself or whatever it is from that previous section. Something, anything. Like, what's some of the jobs you've had? Who wants to read me one of those?
I have no idea. Which one is it?
The first one.
I was an architect, I was a flight attendant, salesperson at Price Electronic, Wells Fargo, personal banker, then mom, and then now real estate.
You got some great skills in there.
Yes.
Like a ton of skills, right? Did you write down anything on what did you learn?
I
Or what
know
skills did you
customer
develop?
service, how to help people, how to design,
Patience.
patience, that's right.
So you're gonna take some of those things like that, circle it, and then you're gonna write a phrase that makes it real estate relevant. Right, so think about real estate. Think about what they need. Oops. Button. No. Okay. So if you are, let's see, architect. And flight attendant, real estate relevant. What else? Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo, salesperson at Price Electronic.
Salesperson right there, but negotiation skills, right? You're a strong negotiator.
With my kids,
Well, that too, right?
yeah.
So think about the little things that you did. So a little bit more details, right? Like specific tasks that would drive. Anyone else have something that they want to share?
It's a rough draft of a thought.
That's okay, right? This is just trying to find pieces that you can then incorporate. This whole class is going to be to get to the end.
So I've done a lot in the last 12, 15 years. I ran adult care homes. And didn't really ever hit me until right now, how much I talked and learned from them.
Social skills.
Well, no, just also about how fast life goes.
Yeah.
And you think you've got, oh, when the kids are grown, I'm gonna do this, when I do that, and once it's gone, it's gone.
Mhm.
So, you know, don't put off till tomorrow what you can
Do your day.
do.
You know, skills, so you've got social skills, so you're an excellent communicator, an excellent listener. You also know the importance of getting started in setting yourself up for your future, right?
Just through all of my employees and caregivers, the one phrase that I learned to use a lot is like, okay, there's a solution to every problem, we just have to find it. And it's amazing how that is.
So tied to real
As,
estate.
you know, anything, I'm like, yeah, there's gonna be roadblocks and bumps, no matter what you do during your day, and
Mm-hmm,
the solution to everything.
mm-hmm.
Learn to put the emotions aside and find that solution.
There are no emotions in real estate,
No.
not for realtors. There are plenty of emotions on the seller's side and the buyer's side. And if we come in with emotions, we're just making theirs blow up and making it worse, right? You can be excited, it's a happy emotion, yay, let's be happy with them, let's be excited with them, but if it's anything that's not good, you've got to come in level-headed.
See, that's
Right.
exactly what Gary was just saying. He's in North Carolina, he can't get it done to what she wants for him, so.
You find a way to help them, right? Okay, so everything that you write in this box, the box that says make it real estate relevant on page 12, should be a part of your self-talk and your self-image. You're gonna reread it and tell yourself that your knowledge, attitudes, skills, and beliefs are valuable to your customers, to your clients. We have to call them clients in real estate, because they're for life, and it's nicer. Does anyone want to share any of these or no? Sorry if you don't.
But I'm going to be positive and work hard in order to realize my goals.
That's good.
I put, I'm like managing multiple jobs, I can manage multiple clients. I'm not 100%, is that right? Is that what you're?
Yeah, when we can figure out ways to pull extra things, we got to go deeper, right?
Mhm.
Like, what are your management skills that can pertain to real estate? So you can manage multiple purchases for them. You can manage a listing and a purchase. You can manage your great management skills, right?
Mhm.
And we're just gonna keep grabbing more stuff, right? Okay, here's a hard one, I think. How do others describe you? This is the hardest for me.
No way.
I don't know. We all have our own perception, right? Is it what people think of you? I don't know. If you don't know what others think about you, ask. I know every single one in here, well, not every single one, because Joanne wants to do that. And Jennifer, I've only seen you a couple of times. But for those of you that are in here, I know you've heard from me or Kareem or someone else on the staff what we think of you, right? How we feel you're doing in this business, how we talk about you to the other agents that are asking us, who do you got that can help me with something? If you've had any other agent come to you and ask you if you can help do something for them, we've talked about you to them because they all come to us first. That's why I say you should be in the office, top of mind. If I see you, we see that you're working hard, you're doing things, you're gonna be the first ones we think of when an agent from a team or a solo agent asks for someone to take care of the business while they're on vacation, or someone, they're got excess buyers or excess sellers, we're probably not sellers, they got excess buyers and they need someone to help show, they'll do referrals, right? Whatever it is, if we see you, we remember you, we see you're working hard and we're gonna share it. So we comment. how you set yourself out there is what people are gonna see, so think about that, right? So, if you don't know, let's break it down a little bit. You're gonna sketch a picture in your mind about how others think about you. The people you care about, your family, people who love you, close family, close friends. How would they describe you? There is page 14 where you can write these down. The people you respect, like your teachers, your business partners, your colleagues, your coaches. How have you dealt with them and what have they noticed about you? The people you have great business relationships with, like vendors for our existing agents. Maybe it's even our new agents, people that you've worked with. Think about your vendors, right? Think about your doctor, your eye doctor, your accountant, your pastor. Think about there's so many people in your life that could have great descriptions of who you are. And then think about your past customers. How would they describe your service? What is one notable thing that you did for them? If you are an existing agent, go look at your testimonials that you have. If you don't have any, why don't you have any? They're important. That is the best place to find out what others think of you and who, when you look at something, you're gonna go buy something. What do you look at? Do you look at reviews? I always look at reviews. I know going in to look at anything big purchase that I'm gonna buy, or maybe even not a big purchase, maybe even a small purchase. I needed a freaking new mattress cover because it's too fucking long. Pardon my language. I'm turning 50 this year. Guess what I have? Hot flashes. I looked at a review. I bought a new mattress and it was supposed to be cooling and it was great. But you need a mattress cover on your mattress, right? Just hands down, you need a mattress cover. So I looked at reviews and I found a review that said, "Oh, this is great. It's cooling. It's perfect." I get it. I'm sweating like a pig every night. It doesn't help. I think it actually made it hotter. I read the reviews. So you know you're not always going to get good reviews. We know we're going to have, when you're buying something, you see more bad reviews than the good reviews. But as real estate agents, not flash now. As real estate agents, you want as many good reviews as you can possibly get. Because if you do get one bad one, and trust me, it's gonna happen, you get one bad one, it's gonna get buried under a bunch of good ones, and those are the ones that matter. Because everybody knows that people will go do a review to complain. So a lot of times, if there's only one, they're gonna pass it off like it was whatever their situation was. It doesn't apply to the masses, right? But that is a great place to even go and get to start on your USP, right? Okay. Does anyone want to share what they think others think about? People you care about. Anyone want to share that one? Come on, you guys. This is fun. Cody, give me one. What does your family think about you? What does your mom think about you?
I'm goofy, but I always come through. I'm reliable.
Count on you. You're reliable. That's a great trait. Circle that. Write it down. Reliable. Someone give me one of the people you respect. What do they think about you? You gonna come learn how to do it right?
What?
You gonna come learn how to do it right?
Yeah, sure. A lot more to do.
Yeah, you do. Don't you love his laugh? This is Ryan Purdy, you guys. He's actually one of our ALC members.
Hi.
Do you remember what I said on who can be on the ALC? Top 20. Ryan, when were you in the new agent program?
Last year.
Bam.
Ooh.
Ryan's gonna come, Ryan will be one of our, hey, are you free on Thursday at 1 o'clock?
No, I'm fine to Vegas.
Can I
That's hard one.
go? No class on, no, I'm just kidding. Going to Vegas?
Want to come?
No, I'll get to vacation with you next September. I talked him into scuba diving with me, and now he's a rescue diver with me, and he helps with adaptive diving. And Cameron too. See what you can grow up to be? Us, no, I'm just kidding. I'll suck y'all in. Okay, so Ryan, I'm just gonna throw you in there.
Oh, sweet.
Because you're not in this class, but I know you already know this. What do other people think about you? People you respect?
Well, I'm clearly outgoing and jovial. In terms of what way, just like in general, how would
Yeah, people,
describe
we're
me?
trying to figure out our USP, our value proposition.
Oh, okay.
So people you respect,
Well,
what would they say about you?
yeah, for that I always operate in with high integrity, very truthful with people, very, very direct. It's just kind of what works out well for me. I'm very forward in terms of communication too. Like I'm just constantly talking, as you can clearly see. And
Okay, that's
so-
good. No.
But also like that I consistently show up. And I think that's one of the things that's helped me most is just, yeah, I got a deal yesterday specifically because I was constantly following up with the selling agent who was, but other agents offered better deals, but because I was consistently following up and making sure we could offer the best thing. So those are some of the items that people call me up for.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at that. He didn't even do this. Now someone else, give me the next one. People you have great business relationships with, whether it was real estate or something prior. What would they have to say about you? Coworkers, businesses. Anybody? Cody, I already called you
I
out.
already got mine.
Already got yours. Jennifer,
2 of my reviews mentioned tenacious.
I like that.
I guess that
That's great.
must be something.
It was a positive review, right? Yeah, you got the deal done for them, right? Got them what they needed. That's great, especially in today's market, right? Okay, someone else, past customer, Mark, calling you up, and you have,
Yes,
what would they say about you?
the joking response is he drives fun cars. But true as they say, he's great to work with.
That's awesome. Really, guys, it doesn't have to be anything flamboyant, amazing, great to work with.
He became a friend.
Yeah,
That's my goal, because I know I'm gonna see him at my car show, so I better treat him well.
so you're about relationships.
I've always been about relationships.
Mhm. That's how I grew my business. I only had one couple that never clicked. Still bought from me, but I couldn't get them to like, everybody else I worked with, I'm still friends with.
Yeah, I've only had one I've taken legal action against. That's pretty good.
I didn't do that. It was just
I
a
did.
really young couple. They just, they just didn't click. They were happy. They got their house, they got what they wanted, they went on their way, right?
Is that how they walk?
Yeah, just like that.
Did you say
Thanks,
thank you?
The other one, every time I post a birthday picture of my daughter, she always says, oh my God, look at our New Year's baby. She says, our New Year's baby. Because my client was a nurse in the OB ward, we'll go there, dang braces. She told me she would come and go on duty whenever I was ready to deliver my child. They bought a house for me. They bought a house for me, right? She would come on duty when I was gonna have my child. It was New Year's Eve at 8 o'clock at night.
She came through.
I text her. Lila, I'm in labor, I'm going to the hospital. Okay, let me see what I can do. Her cousin was working. She got her to switch shifts. She came to the hospital. She made this delivery the worst one because I didn't use any drugs. She made sure there was one other lady and she was in there before me and she was a lot further than I was. She made, every time the doctor came to do something, she talked to the doctor, she had pacing the hospital. She's like, "You're gonna have a New Year's baby." I mean, it was like a freaking race from there on. Pitocin, 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 trying to speed it all up. Doctor came in to break the other lady's water. She made her come in and break mine. Made her. I wouldn't have got it. Yeah, I got it. I was a real estate agent. January 1st of 2008, I had a baby. Bad year, right? Wait, here's the best part, you guys. Because I was a real estate agent, and in that time, everything was in print, right? We had to pay for open houses in the newspaper. If you weren't in the newspaper, you weren't successful in real estate. Because we had a relationship with the sales director at the newspaper, guess who was very top, like headline story of the day? Me in the hospital with my newborn daughter as the New Year's baby. What do you think that did for my business? Savannah had her first closing at 2 weeks old, and she went to her first showing at 3.
Whoa.
She's an amazing negotiator, isn't she? But that was a client, right? I was the same way. Friends, relationships. For me, my business is all about building family and friends. Every single client I touched, except for that one couple, were friends and family. I've had some have their son, because I worked with elderly people too, search the internet to try to find me because I moved from Montana to here and I changed my phone number. His son searched me out to find me. They called. I was surprised that I heard from them, but I made that much of an impression on these guys, and it was just for a referral for an agent somewhere else. That's a relationship building business, right? So think about how you treat your clients and how you want that to be ongoing. I'm not talking 1 year later. I'm not talking 3 years later. It was like 8 years. They still remembered what I did for them.
Were you in contact with them?
No,
Whoa.
no,
It's impressive.
right? The rest of them I am, but they were a lot older and weren't on social media. Right, most of my people I'm friends and on social media with them, so you guys can do it. So, all right, we got all those, collecting what other people say. 14, we just did that. All right, underscore. So ultimately, this is testimonials, right? You want to get every single testimonial you can get, because what other people say about you is tremendous in underscoring your validity, right? Because if whatever I say, just like here, I come and I teach you guys stuff, and I can tell you the same thing over and over again, but when I have Mark Fox come in and say something, do you take that as a stronger point than what I'm trying to point out? No, Jennifer, I love you. Right, because look at his team, right? They said, what did he say, 360 homes last year with the expansion from here in Vancouver? Why wouldn't you take what they have to say over what I have to say when it comes to the importance of lead generation? So, same thing, your customer, I can tell you and tell you and tell you, you should listen to me because I'm an amazing realtor, but if you are you not going to go and look at a testimonial I might have, a review I might have, I like to call them testimonials, my reviews, and see how caring, honest, trustworthy, whatever you put down, and then it meets what they expect, they're going to want to use you, right? So testimonials are huge. You want to make sure that you get them. I like this. So if you guys know anybody that is somebody, you want to make sure that when you have their testimonial, that you add that to it, right? A mayor, a business owner, they're utilizing you to help with investment properties, or to help buy their own personal home, whatever it is, right? If a customer or a business partner, so you could get that too. If you're working with vendors, ask them for a referral, a testimonial, a Google business review. Just email one, send them to your business, your website, and have them do them there. But if they tell you in person or on the phone, try to get it in writing. Ask if you can use it. Right? One or the other. You want to be able to utilize these. And ask if you can include their name. Yeah.
Something that I found for getting reviews is if I just say, hey, will you give me a review? I don't know what to say. But at the end of closing, I'll say, would you do me a favor and give me a review on how we overcame that horrible home inspection?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're beating
Mark,
the meat of the punch.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's great.
Earlier
See?
we talked about capturing
Yeah.
reviews off Zillow. While you were doing that, we were talking about how to
Yeah.
capture and preserve them off of Zillow, because the day will come when we lose that platform. When we
Oh,
lose control of that platform.
absolutely. If you get it on Zillow, copy it and paste it over to something else, or ask them, can you please give them the link to how they leave a review on your Google business? And then you can copy it and paste that anywhere else. You can take that and create a social media post and share it out there, right?
So I received a text from the listing agent that I just worked with at the beginning when we first started the transaction and they accepted our offer. She put a text to me that said, and please let your buyers know this happened because of you. We got a better offer, but I said this.
I'd use that in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
Everything that I do.
So, but so I have this little text from this listing agent.
Yeah.
How do I,
You have a text from her. I'd use it.
I obviously have to ask her.
That's a screenshot.
That-
Screenshot, say.
You can even put, if you could ask if I can use this with your name. If she doesn't want you to use it with her name, then you just put from listing agent, my buyer, listing agent.
That's powerful. Right there.
That's so powerful. That's huge.
Yeah.
Okay, here's where you jump the gun, Mark. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Collecting testimonials, what he was saying, let's see if it's, here you go. We're on page 15, number 3. So if you ask them to write, jot down a few words or refer, do a testimonial review, wherever it's at, you can guide them into the testimonial, like Mark said, right? If there was anything about who I am as a person, like you could say, it was a great pleasure doing business with you, by the way. If there's anything about who I am as a person, like my integrity or my honesty, right? If there's anything about my level of service, like my commitment to exceeding your expectations. I see that on a lot of realtors, USP, right? If there's anything about my services, like how I made the process easier. You're just guiding them into saying, and then they'll start spitballing, right? That made working with me a positive experience. I'd love if you could jot that down and email me. I'm collecting comments from my favorite customers for potential. I would say, I would love if you could fill out a Google review. I'll email you the link to make it easier. You want them to do your Google business review because Zillow is going away for us as agents. They have their own brokerage, you guys. Look them up in RMLS. Zillow is a brokerage. They are your competitors. And every time you do anything with them, you're feeding them to take business away from us. How many people lost a listing for a Zillow purchase? Anybody? I know we had lots of agents that did that.
I don't know that I have, but it wouldn't surprise me if I did. I might not know.
Yeah, it was big last year, right? Zillow was buying up homes like mad. Open Door was buying. Did you lose one?
No, but they shut that program down.
Yeah.
It's a couple billion.
Guess
They're
why?
Focusing on data selling now.
Yeah.
So you give them data, they're gonna sell.
Yep. That's why Gary Keller pulled away from Dotloop. We were partnered with Dotloop.
I love dogs.
Well, guess who owns it? Zillow. And every time you put all of your customers' information in there, guess who has access to it? They refused to sign a form with Keller Williams stating that they would not take your information. So we pulled out in a heartbeat and went to DocuSign.
Well, I'll quit cursing every time I have to start.
Yeah,
Maybe.
well, now $49 a year plus $89 to REF, right? So there's a reason why. And when I started in this business, I remember NAR talking about our data, right? And everybody trying to take it from us. Well, Zillow has been the biggest one trying to take all of our customers, our business, and they did it. And where they're at now is because of every single agent that paid for leads from them. That paid 20, 30, still do, 40, 50, $60,000 a year for leads. That's why they're the main platform. That's why, we're going off on a tangent here. That's why Gary Keller built our websites to look like Zillow, because all customers want is to have a great place to search for a home, right? Anyways, don't send your people to Zillow unless you absolutely have to. They have to sign an account to get it. Did you know that? To be able to leave a review, they have to create an account with Zillow. You just gave them, you just gave them your
Which I
comments.
usually say, go create a junk email account on
Yeah.
Gmail. Go create your profile,
But
give the review,
yeah,
and then throw it away.
how many steps does that customer have to do to leave a
Lot more.
review? When I can just give them a link to my Google business, and then I can take that and I can share it everywhere. I can add it to my own website. I can create social posts. I can say, hey, I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna create a post. Right? Have other people work for you. All right, powerful positioning. How are we doing? Shoot. Okay. We want to stand apart from the crowd, right? These are all agents. We want to stand out. We want to be the big agent, right? So we have to define our customer service. So what is the 1, 2, 3 things that you're going to do you say you are, or what you're going to do for your customers, no matter who they are? What makes you different? When customers think about real estate, you pop in their mind. Sometimes it's a logo, but it's what's behind that logo that makes the difference. Right? Yeah, Josh.
I thought of this a lot when I first started, because how as a first agent, how can you keep someone doing it for 10, 20 years?
Mhm.
And I was even finding people would tell me at the end of a transaction, you know, we're so happy we used you. You just called us, you can give us an update if you didn't have one. Just call.
Yeah.
Stay in touch, follow up. Don't stop communicating with them. If you have nothing to communicate, then communicate back with them.
Absolutely.
And people, it's actually surprising. That's enough.
People want to know what's happening, right? That's one of your skills that should be in your elevator pitch. Mhm.
It is.
Good. Okay. So this is talking about the next 3 steps. So the first one is going to be looking at, oh, did I give you one? You got one. The new one?
I don't have any ones.
Yeah, yes, you get a new one every day. We're on page 17. You're going to define your customer service, which is kind of what we've been working on, right? And then we're going to create your VP, your value proposition, by transforming your service offerings into benefits, the benefit of working with you. And then we're going to take your validity, your services, and your VP, and we're going to create your USP. A lot of letters, right? Go in your dial G. Sorry. Wake up. I'm gonna bring you a red bull tomorrow. No. You're like, yes. I'm just teasing.
I just don't drink Red Bull, but okay.
I only drink it with vodka. Has anyone tried the watermelon Red Bull?
Have you tried the watermelon vodka?
Watermelon, would mix it with watermelon Red Bull and add some
No,
soda water with it.
just watermelon vodka.
There's also peach Red Bull.
Yeah.
Now you're getting crazy.
Oh, we get crazy at my sister's house. I wouldn't drink any of it if it wasn't for her, actually. She's the first one that introduced me to a Tic Tac.
Oh, yeah.
Does everyone know what a Tic Tac is?
I poured so many of those, I had no clue. Like if people would order 6 at a time. just line
Yeah.
them up.
Yeah, tell them what it is. I just drink them.
It's it's a pie glass with orange juice and Red Bull, a little about this, and then a shot of absolute Mandarin.
That you drop it in and then you slam it.
The college kids.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm running here.
It mess you up though.
Well, yeah, they do. Like, maybe that's my sister's goal whenever we get together. I'll mess up and I get Tanya. Okay, define your customer service. Yeah. Okay, I updated these too. So if you want to write them down. So what do buyers want? We went over what they were looking for in an agent. Now, what do they expect you to do for them? This is also a great place to get ideas about your services, guys. Okay, so if you don't know, they want you to find the right home. That dropped from 53 to 51. They want you to help negotiate the items in a sale. That went up to 13%. They want you to help with negotiations. That one stayed the same. They want you to determine what the comparable homes are selling for. A lot of people don't even really know. It went down to 6.
Really?
I think because they don't really understand it.
All my
Right?
clients want them.
All your clients want them?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think here's what it is. The house across the street or the house down the block sold for $600,000. I want mine to sell for that. That's the difference between what are the actual comps, right? They want help with their paperwork. That went up to 8%. Determining how much a buyer can afford, they don't give a rat's, that stayed the same. Can they afford my house? I don't care, find me not the buyer. Help find and arrange financing, that one stayed the same. Oh, we're on buyers, sorry. Teach more about the neighborhood, that went down to 1. And the renters is still less than a 1%. All right, sellers. Sellers want help the seller market the home to potential buyers. Do you guys think it went up or down from 23%?
Down.
I think no.
I'm guessing down.
It went down. 17. Guess why? They all know it's gonna sell on the internet, right? I don't need you to do it.
Well, and also.
We have to show them why they need us to do it.
Well, it's so competitive too.
It is.
But,
Yeah.
You know, it's a different selling market.
Yep.
They all know it.
They all know it.
Well,
They
they've
all
already-
know it.
They've already looked and said, I want to see this house. If,
Oh, the sellers.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah, buyers already, it's already sold. Help sell the home in a certain time frame. It went up 22%. Price the home competitively.
I think it's the same.
5%.
Huh?
I'm just joking.
No, what did you say?
5%, they don't.
No. It's at 21%. Help find the buyer for the home. Drop to 11%. This one, help the seller find ways to fix the home and sell it for more. What value adds did we add over the last year? Everyone should know. What did we add in our office for our agents to use to help sellers fix up their homes?
Contract solution work.
And globe lighting. Right?
What is it?
It went up. Help your sellers find a way to fix a home and sell it for more from 13 to 16%. So do you think everything that Terry just told us that they do could be beneficial in today's market to get a listing? Yep, absolutely. Help negotiate and deal with the buyers. Up or down?
Yeah.
Went up 7%. The rest of them stayed the same. That is all, both sides, super important to know, right? Because if you're really focused on one of these things that they don't give a rat about, you better switch it up.
It's interesting how little they care about most of that stuff. It's like,
I think it's because they actually expect it.
oh, I see.
I don't think it's because they don't care about it. They expect us to do all these things.
Well, I think they, even before they talk to us, they already have it in their mind, oh, I saw on Zillow, this house is gonna be worth this, or we
Mhm.
need selling for that. So they
Really?
already have in their head what kind of number they're wanting.
Seller just wants you to sell their home for the most money so they can have as much money as possible, right? So what services do you offer? Here's another really good page, you guys, that has all the answers for you. Highlight them. I'm gonna read through them really quick. Oh, hey, they're right there. Analyzing the needs and wants, helping the seller clarify the motivating reason to sell. Super important to know what their motivating reason to sell is, because when you come up against any problems or issues during the transaction, the best thing to do is go back and remind them why they wanted to sell their home. Especially if it's negotiation for repairs, right? And I'm not gonna do that. Well, you're probably gonna have, the next buyer is gonna ask for the same thing. So now we can either close in 15 days, or we go back on the market and we start all over again. Okay, that's a time issue. Let's look at it financially. How much longer are they in the home now, and how much more are they gonna pay to be in the home, right? What's your mortgage payment? Now you have another month, month and a half that you have to pay that, right? So you, remember, it always comes back to make them feel pain.
We might miss out on opportunities. for
Yes.
their house also.
Yes, exactly. Okay, and determine their timetable. Determining the best selling price strategy, given the current market conditions, and showing them a net sheet. You need to have net sheets. If you don't have access to net sheets, connect with the title company to get one. Advise on repairs and improvements, provide staging strategies, develop a market plan and establish a marketing timetable, evaluate offers, negotiate counter offers. Negotiation is huge, not just in counter offers, negotiating in inspections and negotiating in time, like every single little piece of a purchase, you're negotiating, whether it's on the seller side or the buyer side. Negotiation skills is huge. That I think it should be in there, but you guys gotta build your own. Preparing post-contract work list, advising on repairs and vendor services. If you got buyers that are overpaying, right? We all feel like we're overpaying for homes right now. And they have a lot of stuff that needs to be done. Don't you think contacting them, listening to them that they want to paint the walls, as we do the flooring in the home, build a new deck, right? You know, they're tearing the home apart and doing it, thinking about, or maybe even talking about, listen to it, write it down, make notes, follow up. Hey, don't forget, they get so excited at closing, they'll forget. Follow up with a contact. Hey, don't forget, you can use Contract Furnishing Smart. If you say my name, provide my business card, and you get a discount, you actually get access because it's not open to the public, right? So it's huge. So make sure that you utilize those services to continue to stay in touch with all your buyers and sellers, right?
Where do we get more information on that? I was unable to attend any of those walkthroughs that happened
Go to Austin,
in Austin.
Brian, Crane. Brian and Austin we have a value sheet of everything that is offered to our agents.
Okay.
at no cost or very little cost. There's one that's a very little cost, and that's our listing buyer presentation folders that we have. $25, like we don't make any money off of it. We got it that cheap because we bought 10,000. Right? That's why the rooms across from the bathrooms are locked up, because it's stacked in there. We have to put them all together for you guys too. So don't give us a big huge order, or then you get dirty looks from us, right? And it requires hot glue, so because you get a pretty pen. Anyways, yeah, all that stuff is on there. It's also on your website,
It's a what?
on the kwppagents.com website.
Okay.
But you should talk first, because globe lighting is a little different. Okay, and then coordinating and supervising document preparation and providing pre-closing consulting.
Wait.
Yeah.
Do those discounts, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do those discounts work on referrals as well?
Honey, it works on anybody that you send there.
What if I was to refer somebody who's buying a home in Kansas?
They're not down there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Oregon, maybe over into Vancouver. They're in Bend. There's a couple different places up here, and I think there's one down in Eugene.
We're talking about CFM,
Yeah,
Seattle.
are they in Seattle?
They're in Arizona now too.
Oh, wow, okay, so they are
They're
spreading.
expanding.
So check their website though,
Okay.
yeah. But I don't know if it'll work down there, because you have to mention KWPP.
Well, I've talked to their manager and they said.
It would. Thank you, Dwight. Thank your honor. Right, that's
Double
huge.
check, it might be right.
No, just say Ryan said.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Ryan said. Okay, reviewing closing documents, resolved in last minute issues and completing the transaction. Guys, that's huge, right? Making sure the deal gets done. Court on time. You're gonna do everything you can to make sure that your transaction will close on time. Coordinate the move-in and assist with post-closing issues. What kind of post-closing issues could there be? Okay, we only have 9 minutes. Apparently, as you can tell from the existing agents, a lot, right? Additionally, you may be educating them on the process, and most importantly, you're gonna give them peace of mind, right? I always tell my clients, I know you're gonna get stressed about this, but don't worry. I'm taking care of a lot of stuff on the back end. I got you. Right? Do they trust you? They'll believe you. Okay, so you're gonna itemize services. Think about those things. Oh my gosh, you guys, here we go again. You got a late start though, right? And you're gonna itemize them on this back page, on page 22. So you can go back and you guys can do that, right? Go through the list, think about the different things. So then you're gonna turn that into your VP. So if you read page 23, this is a great way to get an idea of what your VP can look like, right? Sometimes I think certain people are really, really good at using their words and changing up things. If you find someone that's good at that, have them help you write your VP, right? And this is a good example of it. Fenced in backyard. Who would think to say a safe place for children to play? Me. We can't, fair housing, say that, 2015. Mind you, but like, look how they worded it, right? How many times do you look at a home that's for sale and it says 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and an office? How could you rewrite it, right? Marketing skills. A writer, someone could be really good at this. If you're bilingual, you have access to a large pool of potential buyers for your home who are often overlooked by other agents. Think about all the people that you could talk to in the community that you live in, especially Portland, right? Big, huge pool of people if you can speak another language. I didn't highlight that one because I didn't think If you have confidence that your potential buyers are qualified because I screen them quickly and efficiently with the help of cutting edge technology. Could use that. And at the very end, Linda McKissick. You know, when on the recruiting appointments that I've had with some of you guys and I talk about profit share, and I talk about people who get $1 million a year in profit share, passive income, Linda McKissick. She's the very first person that Gary reached out to and said, hey, I want to start this. Well, you, husband and wife team, easier to do, right? He did the business. I want you to recruit and get agents to join us and start this profit share company. So she gets $1 million in passive income a year off of profit share. She's a very smart lady too, though. So instead of telling customers that she'll put their listing in MLS, everybody's listing goes in MLS, right? She explains that she will immediately notify every professional in the market of the listing, and she will let them know why they should bring their qualified buyers.
I like that.
Right, I mean, it's like little things like that, thinking about how you could take one simple little thing that every single real estate agent says and try to find a whole nother way of presenting it, right? So this could take you guys a little bit of time. You might not do it in a day. Guess what? There's words, there's stuff. Okay, example value proposition. Take the whole page of them. Page 24. If your services are, how about this? I don't know. You could stats, office stats, right? You get the best sales price for your home due to strong training and negotiation. Services and marketing. Everybody goes on the website. Everybody does that. So these are kind of old.
My laptop that I take with me everywhere I go.
And so you're always, here you go, integrity. You get honest, dedicated service and the confidence that I'll keep the promises I make. Professional courtesy, you'll enjoy a smooth contract to close process because I build strong relationships with customers and their agents. I mean, you could just go through and just kind of give you an idea, right? Some of these are kind of dated, but next page. There's on 25 is a whole list of words for you to use that are powerful.
I coincidentally just came across a video that was talking about like profitability in business and the words that you decide to use. That's just something I never thought about. And it's come up more than once in the past 2 days. I'm just
Yeah,
strange.
words are powerful. Like Gary, why not me, right? Ask Gary, think about Gary Keller. What kind of response do you think he got at 21? Why would I use you? You're 21, you have no experience. Why not me? And he did it, right? So there's a whole bunch of words here. There's also a book that is Words That Sell. I've read that book. I think it's pretty old, but you could look it up. Maybe there's a better one. I don't know. There's Google, right? If you find any of these words that you like, that would be really good to, you know, they put these words in here for a reason too. Real estate. Think about this was written by a real estate company. So maybe these are words that really stand out to customers. So on page 26, you can actually write out those, right? So remember the examples that we had here on 24, my services and my benefits. Now on page 26, there's actually a spot for you to go through and write each of these. I'm supposed to give you 10 minutes to do that. Can you guys fill that out in 10 minutes? Do you want to take it home? Okay. Next page. We're almost there. Now, you're going to take what we learned at the beginning of your value proposition, who you are, with the services that you offer, and you're going to create your unique selling proposition. Okay. Here's the thing, this is your elevator pitch. It's gotta be short and sweet, you gotta be able to remember to like just roll it off. You heard Ryan, he walked in the room and I threw it at him, right? Should I pick on someone else who came late? Chris, if you walked up to someone and you said, hey, I'd love to go to your home, and I said, why should I choose you? What would you say?
I would say because you can trust me, I'm experienced in the area. I have listed homes. Generally, I'll have something somewhere to speak of. And then I would say that on average, the last, 5 homes I've listed. I don't know what the percentage, but usually I have a statistic that I say like, on average, it's resulting in about 10% over list price.
That's pretty cool. I want to listen up and like this, right? Because I already know some of his things that he's gonna share and say. So you guys need to make sure that you have that elevator pitch. You guys hear my elevator pitch every time you sit down with me. It's about an hour and a half long. But you're sitting here in this office. My main elevator pitch. Guys get to train with me for free.
And if you don't have any past business reference, a lot of the KW work.
Absolutely.
Like leverage that as much as you can if you don't have any business.
Yeah. So you guys can use, we talk about our stats all the time, right? Our office sold over $1 billion last year.
Billion with a B.
A
Yeah.
B. $1
That's
billion
just
dollars.
below.
Just this office. Now, remember the stats that I gave you guys yesterday about how many agents in the office made over 100,000 in GCI last year? 55. How many agents do we have in the office? 180. Take the 100 and now figure out of the 1 billion volume sales, what's the average of agents that actually sold a home? Right? Our stats that we get from KW, it's all of it. So it's spread very thin, right? But if we actually take the percentage of agents that are doing the majority of the business, right? Same thing like if you look at our MLS, 14,000 agents, not all of them are selling homes, right? We have over $1 billion in sales. We have one of the highest average sales prices in Portland for our office. Our office teaches us what to do to help our sellers get top dollar for their home. You don't have listings, you don't have sales, you can use that information to get it, right? Doesn't have to be yours. So, and like I tell my brand new agents, I have a team. Because your team is everybody on staff and actually all the agents in the office, right? You don't have to tell them who's on your team. You have a team of agents that are helping. And if you don't know something that they ask you, that's a fantastic question. I'll get right back to you on it. Don't say I don't know. Right? Okay, so your USP, it's going to be memorable. It gets you in the front door. Your statement could be unique by presenting a truly different and unique service, tweaking a service. It's clever and unique wording. Who would have thought project manager of real estate? Terry came to talk to us about their USP, right? They're a project manager. They help coordinate every single aspect of buying and selling a house. Pretty cool, right? So it could be like a unique service. You could trade your home in on another home. You don't have to go through the hassle of selling it. I know there's just some weird stuff in here. How about this? There was a story here we skipped over, but John Smith is a 5-step guaranteed sale program. Short and sweet. What is it? You got to be able to tell them what it is, right? Okay. So then on the last page, you're going to, last-ish page. You're going to take this box and you're gonna figure out what your USP is. Your value proposition, the services that you offer, and then turn it into a quick and easy statement that you can say in 40 seconds. 30 seconds, elevator pitch, right? They want you to cut it out so you have it with you at all times until you memorize it. Or until maybe it might actually evolve and change, because as you begin to learn more and do more, it makes sense to twist it up a little bit, right? Because what you can write today might not be true in a month, right? It's okay if it changes, just like it's okay to change a business card every month. Probably not a month, but I like to change it every month. All right. Flip it out, use it, and we're gonna use it. You guys are gonna be calling people.
It stands for United States Postal Service.
It does not, Stacy. You guys are gonna start calling people. How many people did Legion this morning like you were supposed to? Did you fill it out on your sheet? You need to have Chris fill out his information on your guys' sheet. Whoever's gonna be coming every single day needs to be the one in charge of that sheet. Or you make a copy of it, so you both have a copy of it, right? And you bring it in, because I want to give out some prizes. Ryan, are you gonna come to more classes? Do you want your own sheet by yourself to compete for prizes? What about to make yourself?
What's that?
It's about accountability. It's like bold. You have to write down how many appointments you made.
I'll do it just for you.
Thank you. It was already. I do. It was already stupid.
You messed up my reminder. I took check on USP instead of check on something else. I looked down and like.
What is that? Okay, so you guys, going forward, we're gonna sprint past the competition. Okay. All right. So you're gonna master your presentation, you guys. You're gonna practice it. You're gonna say it to yourself, right? Change it, tweak it, talk out loud, be someone else that you can talk to. Maybe when you change it, ask one of us, ask your peers. What do you think of this? How does this sound? Right? We'll tell you. Corinne's really great at this stuff. And walk in her room and say, "Creed." All right, so everybody should be filling out their sheets. Does anyone want to share how many hours of Legion you did today? Nobody did their Legion? Chris?
Maybe an hour.
An hour? Awesome. How many people did you talk to?
I talked to, I had one fire consultation.
Awesome.
And then I talked to 2 people about pocket listing.
Awesome.
One person was just a friend who was like, I know somebody that's looking there, and then connected me.
Okay, so out of that, did you get a listing appointment?
On Thursday.
That's an appointment.
Yeah.
It's an appointment.
That's an appointment. Did you get, you said you had a buyer consult. That's an appointment. Did you get, you're gonna get a listing signed by the end of the week? Maybe? Buyer listing signed? What do you tell people if they say I want to work with you, that's a buyer listing signed, if you don't have them sign paperwork? And then, so he's already got a head start. Anybody else do any of that? This class, for those that weren't here, this class is designed for everybody to go and do their 3 hours of Legion in the morning. Remember, the Legion, 1 hour preparing. And if you don't have it, stop my office and I'll give you the book from yesterday, because it'll talk about this all broken out. 1 hour preparing, 1 hour of actually talking to people, right? Preparing could be looking at the market stats and RMLS, right? Different stuff, prepping up for what you're going to talk about on the call or posting or whatever type of Legion activity you're going to do. And then the 3rd hour is making notes, putting them in your CRM, doing all the wrap up, the maintenance, put them on a drip plan, whatever it is, right? So it's not just 3 hours of dialing on a phone. That's not what we're about. It is if you want it to be that. But there are lots of activities that you can do. So that's what your lead gen, this is setting you up. If you do not do your lead gen 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and they prefer it in the morning. Why? Because it's so easy to throw stuff off your afternoon, right? Everybody gets distracted. You ate lunch, you're tired, you had a drink at lunch. I'm worthless after that. So I don't want to schedule an afternoon unless you just want to have another drink. Just kidding. But I mean, think about it, right? The peak times when you're at your best, that's when you should be lead genning. And then if you do that, we're setting you up for the next 5 weeks to do that every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is how you're going to hit 36 transactions, which is going to get you 450,000 GCI. If you don't do it, you don't want $450,000 GCI, right? Yes, it's a higher goal, but it can be done. Josh, how many did you sell in your first year?
25 homes.
He beat me. Ryan,
15,
what was your average sales price?
like 800, 900.
Hey, remember what I told you about our volume? Only 15 agents or teams in our office sold over 36 units. And they were $450,000 and up, right? I mean, you can hit those same numbers doing less if you have higher sales volume. But think about it, what if you did 36 at that? You can go on all those dang trips with me instead, Ryan. He tells me he can't afford it. When's enough?
I said I'd never work.
So you hire assistants. Okay, we went 11 minutes over. That's shorter than it was yesterday, but we were up there. Friday. Guess what Friday is? Prospecting. Don't tell. Was that an excited? Oh, okay. Prospecting is going to be good.
And then you have the stuff printed out for it.
No. Send me an email and then I'll pop it back over. All right, I'll see you guys on Friday. All the usual new agent stuff is still on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I overloaded my
Yeah,
calendar.
but tomorrow is the.
Oh, tomorrow is the awards.
Yeah.
No, there is nothing. There's nothing tomorrow. And Thursday, there is not going to be the 12 o'clock class because I paid 8 o'clock in the morning until 12:30, both tomorrow and the next day. I'm in a MAPS coaching skills camp, learning how to better coach you guys. So
this week is one.
but I'm trying to get somebody for the mastermind to come talk to you guys on Thursday at 1.
Thursday, okay.
Yeah.
At 1.
Yeah. Thank you.
My car show is in Sherwood at Langers Fun Center.